My wife and I hang out with a lot of married couples. I realize that when I greet the wives in the group and when we leave, I kiss them on the cheek. After realizing that I was doing this without really thinking about it, I just started doing it to the guys too. That way they don't think I'm some weird creep trying to mac on their wives, they just think I'm weird. Surprisingly, everyone is cool with it and it's just sort of become my thing. Just about everyone leans into it now and gets confused if I happen to not give them a kiss on the cheek. Went to tuck in my homie one night, tripped over a shoe and my mouth landed on his dick. Hate when that happens. Every single time. Kissed a dude, I guess. Or if you think that sitting in a hot room with a bunch of naked sweaty dudes is gayer, then that. Sauna, I'm Finnish. I'm Finnish. I'm pretty sure finishing makes a gay dude, made out naked with a dude in the living room of his girlfriend's parents' house. It was the price to pay for something that never came to fruition. That game of strip Uno got out of hand fast. Edit, because people keep asking, we were drinking heavily and thought we could get our girlfriends naked and make out. Hot, right? That was our thought. Well, we set forth the rules of one piece of cliffing per lost hand. Us on one team, girls on the other. Last loss would be make out. Well, we fucking lost entirely because we forgot about girls having one extra article of clothing than men. They were laughing their way to the proverbial bank. Someone has AMA gold on deck. I had a sleepover at my friend's house when I was 13, and we laid out some blankets and fell asleep in his living room. I woke up first to him spooning me, and I didn't move at all because I wanted to avoid any awkward moment in our friendship by having us both know of that cuddle moment, so I laid there as still as I could for maybe 30 minutes until he woke up and quickly but carefully got off of me. I then got up 10 minutes later, and that moment now doesn't exist in our friendship. Apparently I did this with my cousin when I was sleeping. Are you my cousin? Is this weird? I had sleepovers with friends all the time and I had to share a bed with my brother for most of my childhood, and rolling happens a lot. Not rare to wake up next to, on, or under someone. Just move or push M and go back to sleep. The only weird part of this thread are the dudes talking about sexual acts, some pretty fetishy, and saying no homo or I work socks or something so it's fine. My best friend and I were maybe freshmen, sophomore in high school. We would frequently fall asleep in the same bed when I came over playing Xbox or watching movies. One night I woke up to his head on my chest and he woke up from me laughing. He just said sorry and passed the fuck out again on his pillow. He probably doesn't remember, but I still think it was funny. Now that this is popular, I don't have that much to promote, so here is my Tinder profile. This is actually adorable. Lost my phone, thought my friend took it because he had a bulge in his pants, grabbed said bulge, handful of dick. That's my penis, sir. Oh, one notices bulge? I'm a professional body piercer. I touch other dudes' dicks all the time. I've probably seen more dicks in person than most other men thanks to the military. Packer checker for piss tests? Nothing like watching each other take shits in boot camp. I said I was gay in 5th grade so people would stop thinking I liked this one girl. Task failed successfully. How did that turn out for you? They're married. Did he also have an affair with your wife and want to marry your underage daughter that he abducted in plain sight once? That show. What the fuck? IKR. Spent the whole time going okay, but what the actual fuck is happening? Once tried hugging a bro goodbye and we ended up making lip contact for more than a second by accident. Did not mind it. Handsome fella. Tender kisser. Bugged his GF about it for the next 3 years. More than a second. By accident. You've gotta pick one. Hey. I kissed your BF bitch. I had a legitimate sexual attraction to a male professor in college. It was weird. I sort of realized what I was feeling when he told our class his wife and left him, and immediately I thought yes. LMAO. Did you try your luck though? The lack of a reply haunts me. It haunts us all. His username implies he moved on to bigger things. Once, my friend group decided to skinny dip and play truth or dare. The girls wanted to see how far us guys would go, so they kept daring us to do shit like make out, touch each other's dicks, etc. For me personally, I made out with another guy, and one of the guys kissed my dick. I'd say that's pretty far to go for all of us. We're all straight. Those girls fucking cracked the truth or dare code, man. Absolutely lol, they knew what they were getting into. Doing very gay stuff for very hetero reasons. Never underestimate the power of horny guys. I pretended to be Kevin's boyfriend for the night and inadvertently signaled my availability to a gay bar. When I was backpacking in Sydney, a bunch of Irish girls at the backpacker hostel, Jolly Swagman FTW, wanted to go to this place on Oxford Street. As far as guys go, there was me, Irish man named Kevin, and 2 Danish men we called the 2 Jans, pronounced Jans. As soon as it became apparent the place was a gay bar, on a street full of gay bars and clubs. Thanks girls, and the girls wanted to see our reactions, the Jans left. Me and Kevin stayed. We figured that we got to flirt with these girls knowing that we wouldn't get anywhere, but the fact that we were in the group as 2 guys meant the other patrons would think we were an item and these were our lady friends, so we were safe enough. I did get a little bored near the end, so I started shining my laser pointer on my keychain up at the ceiling, and my dot was joined by another. And another. And another. Fucking hell, laser pointers were a gay bat signal in Sydney in 1998. So yeah. That would be it. I lit the beacon and gaylords called for aid. Fucking hell, laser pointers were a gay bat signal in Sydney in 1998. I think not only in Sydney in 1998. Holy shit, I think my cats might be gay. My wrestling team and I used to have group nap sessions where we would use each other as pillows. Lol, my high school team did this too. The heavyweight would lay on the mat and we'd all have our heads on his belly in a circle. So comfy. Glad to know my team wasn't the only one, haha. My friends and I were all in a bathroom together, and we were really hyped up for some reason, and we showed each other our wieners. Oddly enough, I think it made us better friends. Ah, the infamous D Club. Edit, my most upvoted comment and my first silver is on a comment about the D Club. That's perfect, I'm glad I could make so many of you smile today. Did we just find Arnold Handsome's Reddit alt? Danny and Arnold, I love those boys. 2015, me a horny college freshman with a GF that I was figuring how to break up with. I went to a conference 5 to 6 hours away in a large city, with approximately 700 college students attending. Like any college event, after it was over, there was after-hours fun with alcohol and partying. Went to a party with some friends, clicked with a girl who kept feeding me drinks until I was exploding with lust, drunk, and ready to fuck something. Long story short, I realized some of her the GF friends were there and I stopped myself. Hotel room, 2 hours later, drunk and sleeping in a king bed with a dude because my college was cheap, I started dreaming about fucking the girl at the party. Turns out I had been spooning the dude on the other side of the bed by accident and probably humping him in my sleep. The thought of seeing a really confused guy laying there while you're spooning and humping him brings a tear of joy to my eye. My best bro and I are so gay together. We consistently flirt, and one time, at a party, a girl asked one of our close friends if we were gay. He was like, "No, not at." Well, we don't think so? His mom once told him he was allowed to invite me to family dinner and he was like, "I know?" And she then said, "And you know we would support you if." We made out once to get 2 chicks to make out. I'm pretty sure I'm in denial. Edit, we are in denial. Also, we know all the words to No Homo by Lonely Island and frequently sing together. Edit 2, my girlfriend, says I have to tell you about something that was recent. Before I met her, I ended up moving in with my parents for about 8 months. About halfway through that time, my best bro needed a place to stay and my parents know how close we are, so they let him stay with us. We were going to get an air mattress for him, but the first night he got there it was really late and we decided just to share the bed. Fast forward 4 months, we're still sleeping together in the same bed. It was cute. I would appreciate a link to your live-streamed wedding in the future. Edit, Steam to streamed. Just tell him you love him already. I do, frequently. It's how we end our phone calls. On deployment in the Marine Corps, I was laying in the desert next to my team leader under a perfect sky. All the stars were out and the air felt like the shade on a hot day. Him and I talked calmly about our families, our dreams, and how perfect the sky looked and how small that made us. "Hold my hand," he said. I could feel, without touching, that his arm was extending. Over the course of the following second I contemplated my whole existence before half-consciously reaching out to him. His hand felt nice and we said nothing. This lasted for maybe 10 minutes until we fell asleep. That's really beautiful. And you conveyed it well. Made me feel very calm and nice. This was actually commonplace until Oscar Wilde, that's right, the writer, had a public trial for being gay with an aristocrat's son. Thereafter it no longer became acceptable for men to hold hands or sleep in the same bed. This is why in places that didn't have that news coverage, i.e. Saudi Arabia, men still hold hands, like when George Bush regularly held the king's hand. Also, Abraham Lincoln for several years slept in the same bed as another man, and it wasn't considered taboo. I think it sucks that affection between men is so touchy in Western culture. Like if you wanted to hold a friend's hand, or hug a guy because you're happy to see him. Even I myself would be a little weirded out if it happened to me, but I don't know why. Meanwhile, Girls kissing each other 3 times or so as a casual greeting. Kissing, not mine, but I had a friend whose frat's hazing was to watch gay porn with the rest of the freshmen. The first one to had an erection was declared the gayest. This was years back, guys. After every scene, if none of them had a hard-on, they took a shot. Apparently they watched 2 movies and everybody passed out half the third one. I feel like the more you drink, the less likely it is to get a boner. Yeah, whiskey dick is a real fucking thing. Ran my hand down a guy's chest and cupped his balls for more than a second. Edit, isn't it more fun without context? But I work in data analytics and accounting, not tailoring, airport security, or the medical field. Dude, you touched his chest? Jesus, this should be higher. That's what he said. I was curious what it would be like to suck a dick. Turns out I'm still straight, lol. Yay, I've wondered the same thing, like what does the dick feel like in my throat? I feel the same. I'm not attracted to dudes like romantically, as in I could not see myself dating a guy, but the idea of sucking a dick doesn't seem bad. No pressure, but the only person stopping you is yourself. Username checks out, but I just don't know how to even initiate that. Download Grindr, put your username as straight/curious, make a joke about wanting to gobble cock or something stupid so people know you don't already have an object jammed up your ass, block/ignore/politely decline dicks until you find one that looks appetizing. Reading this was the gayest thing I've done.